Hello, YouTubers from all over the English-speaking world. It is I, Mike Martins. Let's talk some Kiwi housing talk, and it's a very interesting video I'm going to throw up for you guys today. Was sent to me from some of my friends down under, and the article is titled, "The PM and Housing Minister have invited media to Untech in Auckland's Mount Albert on Sunday for a significant announcement." So I'm just going to play the video for you guys. And I'm going to be here on the sidelines to make sure everything's okay, okay? All right, so here goes. Let me adjust my mic here so you don't hear back.
As a result of that, the opposition will be granted 2 additional supplementaries. Question number 10, the Honourable Judith Collins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, how many Kiwi-built houses have been built in the 145 days he has been in government?
Okay, very simple question. How many homes have been built in the 145 days he has been in government? So basically there's supposed to be affordable housing plans and stuff. So for people that are not sure what's happening in New Zealand with the housing crisis, there's a ton of meth-tested homes that are contaminated by methamphetamine. There's a lot of people sleeping rough. There's people being put up in hotels. There's families in hotels because they're just sleeping on the streets. People sleeping in cars. It's really, really bad. So she asks a very simple question. Okay. This is oral questions. This is number 10 apparently. And let's see what he says here.
Mr Speaker, the Kiwi Build program kicks in on the 1st of July this year with an appropriation of $2 billion and the ambition to build 100,000 affordable homes.
1st of July of 2018. He's still not answering her question. So let's go on and see what this guy has to say.
Homes in response to the national housing crisis. The first houses will begin to reverse the deficit of over 71,000 houses inherited from her government. The number of houses built so far is the same as the number of cars that she crushed. But don't worry, there are thousands more on the way.
By the way, he's not funny. That is absolutely not funny. Let's continue here. So, again, she returns in retaliation. Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting bombarded with messages here. Okay, so I'm going to throw this phone at the other side of the room here. Okay, good. Just my employee letting me know he'll be at work today because I am sick like a dog. So anyways, let's go here. Don't worry, I wasn't going to throw my phone across the room. It's just annoying when I'm trying to get to my point here. Okay. Watch this now.
Point of order.
A point of order, the Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, the Minister did not address a very straight question, which is how many. If the answer is none, which is not what we could have got from what he said, he needs to say it, I suggest.
Well, I'm not sure that the answer was accurate, but the Minister did address the question. The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, when he said on the AM television show last Friday that he was confident of meeting his Kiwi Build targets from 1 July this year, did he include in his estimates any of the developments that were already consented prior to the change of government?
Well, Mr Speaker, the number of houses that have been set out in the Kiwi Build pipeline is far, far greater than the number of affordable houses that the government...
Now he's talking about stuff that's been in the works. She's asking a very straight-up questions, 140 plus whatever, some odd days. How many houses have been built? And he's talking around the answer. And it's politicians are amazing for this. You watch this. Let me lower my mic.
Could actually, the former government could say that they'd built over 9 years, and that was none.
A point of order, the Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, I do not believe that the Minister has addressed that question. He's talking about pipelines. No one's suggesting people should be living in pipelines. I think we've asked a very straight question.
I think the member can ask her question again.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When he said on the AM television show last Friday that he was confident at meeting his Kiwi build targets from 1 July this year, did he include in his estimates any of the developments that were already consented prior to the change of government?
Firstly, the number of houses consented is irrelevant here because everybody knows you can't live in a consent. Secondly, the former government did not plan to build any affordable houses. This government is committed to building houses that young Kiwi families can afford to buy and live in.
Judith Collins.
Has he discussed with developers how he plans to convert existing consented housing land into Kiwi build land?
The task is not to actually convert existing consented housing into Kiwi build land. We're working with the private sector on plans to buy and underwrite Kiwi build properties off the plan. Our Land for Housing program is working with third-party developers to develop vacant Crown land and private lands that's been acquired for that purpose. And we're building Kiwi build homes on Housing New Zealand land that's being developed. And we've got large-scale urban development projects underway that will include thousands of Kiwi-build houses.
How many Kiwi-build houses will be built in the first 3 years of the program?
Mr. Speaker, once the Kiwi Build program is up and running from July 1, we expect around 1,000 Kiwi Build homes in the first year, 5,000 in the second year, and 10,000 in the third year, delivering the promised 100,000 affordable homes by mid-2028.
Why is he proposing to count houses from 1 July 2018 when by that date he will have been the Minister for a whole 248 days?
Because that's when the $2 billion budget appropriation for Kiwi Build kicks in.
When he became the Minister of Housing and he said he would begin the Kiwi Build program within his first 100 days, does he now mean that 100 days equals 248 days?
I said that because that's exactly what I have done and exactly what this government is doing.
Question number 11, the Honourable Louise Upston.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
As a result of
people, sorry, my phone is just going absolutely haywire right now. I don't know. Luckily, I don't owe money to anyone, because if I did, I don't even know what would happen with the phone. But phone is haywire right now. Sorry, guys, I'm being severely distracted here. Anyway, so that's what's happening here. I love watching New Zealand Parliament, especially when they want to talk about housing. But I'm going to be really frank with you guys. I think they should be focusing more on creating 35,000 higher paying jobs, or 35,000 labor workforce. And then this way people don't have to go into affordable housing. That's just my opinion. I know it's a lot easier said than done. I get it. I get it. It's like, but creating 35,000 jobs, instead of building the housing, because there's so much vacant houses across New Zealand. There's a lot of people, investment properties that are left empty. And if people get good jobs, could eventually, when these housing bubble breaks or pops and there's a correction in price, a lot of the people that are working jobs they didn't have before in the next 100 days or 200 days, like they mentioned here, could just afford to buy that house. The bank will be flexible. It'd probably be a repossession. A lot of foreign investors are fleeing now, so you're going to see a lot of abandoned properties. So I'm very sure that the bank will be lenient with giving out loans to the New Zealand proper and giving them a chance. You know what I'm saying? I'm very sure that there's a way they could, instead of creating homes is okay, but that's putting people into a set of class, or setting up in a set of class, segregated into a section of class because that's, you know, where they feel they belong. When if the average person had a good job and actually felt good about themselves and went to work every day, I think their mentality would change and they'd want a better lifestyle, you know, than just affordable housing. But I get what they're saying. Buddy's not coming through with what he promised, which is usually the case anyways with any politician. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. But this is very entertaining. New Zealand Parliament is very entertaining. I like watching it sometimes. So let me know what you guys think about this. Yeah, build affordable housing, but I think maybe, you know, building 30,000, 40,000 homes, maybe creating 30,000, 40,000 jobs. You know, there has to be some sort of measure with the amount of immigration coming into New Zealand. Who's working the jobs? You know, who's taking the jobs? You know, I'm not too sure. Comment below. I'd like to know. Fill me in on what's going on down there in New Zealand. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.